Hey everyone, my name is Danilo Petrovic.
I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Denis Kudla.
I'm Evgeny Donskoy.
I'm Henry Laaksonen.
I'm Peter Torebko, and you're listening to the Game to Love podcast.
Hey, good evening, tennis fans. Sorry for keeping you waiting there for a little bit. It is the WTA World Tour Finals. We are not in Shenzhen. We are in Guadalajara over in Mexico. They'll be hosting this one. And we got some interesting names of some groups in this one for me to pronounce. Let's see if I can get it right. We've got the Chichen Itza group. And then the one that I'm really struggling with is the Teotihuacan group. There you go. That's my attempt at it. I'm not going to try it again.
Average. And this event is going to be brought to us by not Akon the singer, but Akron. Akron WTA Finals. Interesting. I don't know what they do. Do you know anything about them?
I don't off the top of my head. I can have a look now if you want.
But we'll have a little look. But like you say, two different groups. There's some big players missing though. I feel like the one I want to talk about is Ashley Barty. Yeah. She's the lady who won this last time out. It wasn't played last year, but in 2019 she won that, and she's not going to be here this year. I think that is going to be a big loss because Ashley Barty at the WTA Finals is kind of like the equivalent of Djokovic and the men's, and without him it would be the same kind of loss, I feel.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. It's very sad that obviously we're not going to see Ash Barty, but the next big thing that's going to be coming up for her will be Australia, and I'm sure that we'll be seeing her there. We won't be seeing the last other finalist that was there either. Obviously, Elina Svitolina. Yep. She's been in the final the last two times this has run. She got to the runner-up spot against Barty, and then she was the winner the time before that up against Sloane Stephens. Yep. So no Serena Williams, obviously. That one's another big name which will be missing, but I think that I'm not sure she's going to be there again, if I'm perfectly honest. She'd have to have some sort of miracle year to get back into these WTA finals. But we do have some good players.
The last big name we were just talking while we were on the subject of withdrawals is Naomi Osaka as well. That's another name who's going to be missing from sort of the main stacked field, because these should be the best 8 players, but I don't think they necessarily are. However, we do have some really exciting ones. Over to you.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we should mention Ons Jabeur. She got pipped at the post by Annette Kontaveit, her good mate on the tour. But then she announced that she wasn't going to travel there as an alternate as well, Ons Jabeur. She put out a post, maybe it's not worth her while traveling all that way, and she just wanted to start the resting period a little bit early. So why not? Well done to Jabeur. Fantastic year. She will be missed. We won't be singing her song this week, unfortunately, but well, maybe in private, but not for the tournament. But yeah, let's get into the actual groups, because there are some very, very good people still left in this competition. And we'll start off with the top seeds group, and that will be Aryna Sabalenka. And she is there in the Chichen Itza group. And she's got Maria Sakkari, Iga Swiatek, and Paula Badoza in there as well. So nice little selection, those 4, all quite big hitters as well. So,
yeah, this is a tough group. Of course, they're both tough, but something about this one, I find it a little bit more scary. You've got a few of my favourites in the fact of Paula Badoza and Iga Swiatek. They've both had great years. Badoza, what she was able to do with that Masters title recently, Indian Wells, and Iga, we know she's just a solid player throughout. Sabalenka started the year the strongest and ended maybe not as strong. Been a bit shaky, really, even since Wimbledon. I thought she could have done better in that semi-final. Sakkari, super consistent throughout the year. I thought she's had a really good, solid one. So, yeah, it's a tough draw. Sabalenka is the number 1 seed going into this event. She is the favourite as well, but she's not my favourite, and I don't think she even gets out this group.
Oof. Harsh words there from JG. Obviously, we know that Sabalenka, the last time we really saw her competitively was in that US Open semi-final. She got knocked out by Leylah Fernandez 2-1. And then since then, she went on in Moscow, the Kremlin Cup, and she got knocked out by Alexandrova in straight sets in the second round, I believe it was. So not really up to scratch. Will she be? I think you might be right on this one. She's not got an easy group. Badoza, she's probably the one who's coming in the best form, I would say. Obviously, the last time we saw her on the court was Indian Wells. She's the Indian Wells champion.
Of course, yeah.
That's
Not seen her since, have we?
No, well, probably right as well. She did well to have a good rest, and it was so epic, that final. I'm happy that's the last memory we have of Paula Badoza, because now I'm super excited to see her on court. Whereas Sabalenka, the last memory we have of her is losing, unfortunately, pretty easily
In
to
Moscow, wasn't
Alexandrova.
it?
Yeah, exactly. Whereas we've got Sakari in there. She lost to the same person, Alexandrova, in the Kremlin Cup as well. She did pull out sort of injured, so I'm not going to make too much. I'm not looked into that one too much, but she did go out in the first round of Indian Wells, and I think it was obviously she lost to Raducanu in straight sets in the US Open. Swiatek, she's not. There's another one. She's had a solid year, but it's not been anything to scream or shout about, I wouldn't say, really.
Yeah, so I've got a good graphic here showing all of the 8 players. I did send it to you not too long ago on WhatsApp. I don't know if you want to check it, but it's quite good because it has all of the Grand Slams, all of the WTA 1000s, and then the best of the others. And it will say how many tournaments they've played this year and how many titles they've got. So if you're looking at that, out of the 8, only Sakari and Pliskova didn't win any titles.
Okay.
But I'll wait for you maybe to get it up because it is quite good. There you go. If you just want to zoom in a little bit.
Will do.
I actually quite like this graphic. You can see I don't think it's got the headers, which is a bit annoying, but that last number there, the one where it starts with 2, that is the amount of titles they've won this year.
Okay, brilliant.
Sorry, I should have included them on the top. I've cut it off.
That's
all
right.
Tournaments is the one next to it, working from right to left. The next one's total points.
Yeah.
That's just the best other 6 tournaments. The next one's the best 2. And these ones are Miami. Can't work out what that one is. But Indian Wells. And then that one's, I'm not sure what that is, the last one. Oh, that's the China Open, Beijing. But it wasn't played. So that's why there's nothing in that one.
Okay.
And then you've got Slams, Australian Open, French Open, Wimbledon, US Open.
Okay, brilliant.
So it's Madrid, Miami, Madrid, Indian Wells.
And you can see there the amount of green on there. The only one with no green, the only 2 with no green in there is
Sakari.
That's it. You've hit the nail on the head there.
But the one thing I would say about Sakari, you can see the amount of semi-finals. There's a lot of yellow there for her, and that's why I've been impressed with her. And I think she's a really sort of dangerous prospect in that group because she's been arguably the most consistent.
Yeah,
would you say? You
Very
could say
consistent.
Sabalenka, she started quite strong, but not. I don't know. Not. I think for me, it's Sakari. I think she's been the most consistent out of the 4. Iga Swiatek, she's ended the year not too bad, really. You can see there a bit of green, and Badoza, of course, has ended it probably the best out of all of them.
Wow, I'd say winning
No,
Indian
but I'm
Wells.
talking about this group.
Oh, okay, this group. Yeah,
talking about
sure.
this group.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
We can have a look at the other group in a minute.
You can't ignore what Paula Badoza did at all, can you? I mean, she's
been the most impressive recently in the group, for sure.
I think that she's the type of player as well who we've been waiting for her to sort of have a breakout tournament, and she's sort of had it at the perfect time leading into the WTA Finals as well. So I think she's one to watch. That's for sure. I think she can definitely take it to all of these. I think she's got a real good chance of getting out of that group, I have to say.
Yeah,
I mean, who should we move back to the other graphic just so we can see who we've got as well?
Yeah, I don't know if you want to. Should we do our predictions for this one first and then go on to the other one, or go into the other one and do predictions all at the end?
Yeah, I mean, let's go. let's do all the predictions at the end. Let's look at the other
Yeah,
group because then I want to
think we
go through
should.
some of the head-to-heads as
Yeah,
well.
because then we can go back to that graphic maybe and have a look at how they've done. All the head-to-heads is probably better. So the next group is going to be called the Teotihuacan group. Not sure how you say it. You got Krajcikova, Pliskova, Muguruza, and Kontaveit. And for me, this isn't as strong, this group. And the reason I would say that is Krajcikova has had a bit of a dip in form. Pliskova, dip in form. And she just, well, I say dip in form for Pliskova. She's had a great year, but I just don't know. I just don't fancy her against some of the better players. To be honest,
I know what you mean.
I'm not. I look at her and I think she comes stone cold last in it. I don't see any way she doesn't come last in this group.
I think you're being very harsh. I don't think that that's the case at all. I think that you're probably just forgetting what she. I mean, the last time we saw her, fair enough. I'll give you that. She did lose to Haddad Maya in the Indian Wells, but she did beat some. She beat Pavlyuchenkova in the US Open. That was a really good performance. I think she has had a good year. She's the type of person that if she turns up, she could win this group easily. And it's a very weird one this year because she's changed my opinion of her because it wasn't that great coming up into this year, and I've sort of wrote her off in a lot of tournaments, and she proved me wrong. So maybe I'll be burned again if I back her though. That's the fear when you do that with Pliskova though, isn't it? We got Muguruza there as well. She's had a good back end to the year.
As much as I'm saying this is weaker, this group, one thing I would say is they've got the most titles in because you've got 3 titles for Krajcikova and you've got 4 for Kontaveit.
I know.
So Kontaveit with them 4, no one's got 4. It's the most out of all of the other players. Muguruza's got 2. And then obviously the last name in that group was, who have I missed?
Well, in which
Pliskova,
group?
obviously, was 0.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So on that basis, I think really I'm sort of skewed, but I'm going to probably pick the players to come out of this one based off their titles and what they've done. And for me, Pliskova, don't see any way she doesn't come last and bottom of the group.
There's part of me, the way Annette Kontaveit, I mean, we covered her matches.
So good.
So good. I mean, I want to see her just keep on going from strength to strength as well, Kontaveit. It's going to be hard to pick against her based on her form, but we'll wait and see. I believe this is the head-to-heads of all of the people that are in the draw as well, which is quite interesting to see. Let's just have a quick look at the group, like group by group, if let's say. So we've got Sabalenka, so she'll be up against so you'll be looking her up against Sakari, Badoza, or Swiatek. So we've got Sakari, she's got a 4-1 head-to-head. And then we've got Swiatek, never played, and she's lost 1 against Badoza. So not the worst for her. There's going to be some sort of unknown territory. They're quite interested in that Swiatek Sabalenka match as well.
Yeah. How are you reading this from left to right?
Yeah, I'm just going from left all the way across.
Looking at Kontaveit then, she's got the worst.
Yes.
Looking at it, she's never beaten Sabalenka.
No.
Never beaten Pliskova, so she's lost a lot of them. She's equal with Muguruza. Negative against Sakari as well. Drawn with Swiatek and just beaten Badoza on the head-to-head. So apart from Badoza, she's got a negative head-to-head against all of these players. But she's coming into this in the best form. So if anyone can turn it around, it's probably her.
Well, I think so. And I think her and Badoza are the two that probably coming into this tournament, people wouldn't have been speaking about that much. If you saw their names on paper a few months ago, you probably would have had them bottom of the pile. Now you probably look at it and think that they could be very close to the top of the pile. And that's how quickly the women's game can change, as we know. So I think having a look at some of these other head-to-heads in here, a crazy one there, Muguruza Pliskova.
I had to bring it up. I'm looking at it right now, so I couldn't believe it. I'm gonna have to check if that's real. Because
go on now, have a look, because it says Muguruza's won 2 and lost 8 against Pliskova.
Yeah, it's happened, yeah. So if you want to go back to some of the results, Australian Open 2019, The WTA Championships 2017, Cincinnati 2017. That's where Muguruza actually won one. And the other one she won was Roland Garros. But there's so many in here. Well, as you can see, 8 of them where Pliskova was able to beat her. So that's pretty shocking for me. But Pliskova's had her number. The one thing I would say is it's not been that recent. The last one was 2019. Before that, going back to 2017. So it's a while ago now, about 4 years.
Part of me thinks that the match of the tournament, if we get lucky enough to see it, would probably be Kontaveit versus Sakari. Very close head-to-head there, 5-6. Can she level it up if they were to meet each other? And 2 probably the most consistent players who are in the tournament as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see those 2 up against each other at some point.
But for me, the one that sort of screams out is actually Badoza's. Because I'm assuming this is in seeds, right? 1 to 8.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So Badoza has the best record against the 2 best seeds. She's never lost to number 1 and number 2.
Yeah, I believe that's the correct way. I'm just looking down the list.
I thought Pliskova would be 2nd seeds. That's why.
Maybe it's not in seeds. Then maybe this is just the way that they've numbered it. Just having a look. Apologies. Let me just go on to this.
No, it is on seeds, yeah.
Is it definitely on seeds?
I wasn't sure, because I know they're quite close. So it's quite.
I wasn't sure on the Kontaveit one, to be honest. That was all, because I wasn't sure.
Kontaveit is 8.
Okay. That's what I mean, because she snuck in just at the end. So just bear with me. I'm just going to bring up the...
the Kontaveit is 8, so that's the only difference. So it's Sabalenka, Krajcikova, Pliskova, Sakari, Swiatek, Muguruza, Badoza, Kontaveit.
Got it.
So it's annoying that they put Kontaveit there, if I'm honest. That she should be number 8. But but I was right to suggest the first 2 are correct. So Sabalenka, Krajcikova, Badoza's got a good a favourable record against both of them. And she only lost a handful of times to the others. Pliskova's head-to-head looks great, but I'm not going to look into this head-to-head chart too much. I feel like I know who I'm going to be picking without really being too swayed by this.
That is the right listing, though, surely, because we are just missing people. We're missing Barty, and then we're missing Ons Jabeur out of the mix, by the looks of it. I'm just looking on the rankings, that was all. But anyway.
Yeah, but no, it's not done by rankings, is it, Ben?
No, I mean like the race.
WTA Finals.
On the race, sorry, apologies.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking down the race.
Well, Kontaveit snuck in at 8th, didn't she? So
let's forget about that anyway. I want to have a look at this year's head-to-head. So let's have a quick look into this year's rather than dwelling on that. As you can see here, we've got Sabalenka Pliskova. That's one of the craziest ones here. Pliskova with a 2-0 record over, and as does Muguruza as well, a 2-0 record over Sabalenka this year as well. Badoza has a winning record over Sabalenka. So Sabalenka only winning records over Kontaveit and Sakari and Krajcikova there. So you could well see I think you might have been right when your opening statement of this pod, where you're sort of saying that she could be a fragile person in this tournament, especially with the people that she's going to have to potentially play.
Certainly. The one thing what sort of stands out to me is actually the nations. Go over to the left. I didn't realise you've got 2 Czechs and 2 Spanish players.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. Czechs having a good year
for West Ham as well.
That's it. Obviously, the Olympic doubles as well. That was a gold medal, wasn't it, for Krajcikova and was it Siniakova? Yeah, so having fantastic year. And then we got and they're all from Europe as well, which is interesting to see too.
We've got a tab for that.
A little, which one was it? Was it this one? No, apologies. There we go. It's always the last one you pick, isn't it? Right.
So 2021 WTA Finals, 8 Europeans, and for the men's, 8 Europeans. So the Europeans smashing it. We saw it at Laver Cup as well. Europe is on top right now with tennis. There's no two ways about it.
They cancelled the last 3 days of the Laver Cup. It was all done and dusted, wasn't it? But yeah, I wish that they got a better quality picture for these ladies. But could be anybody based upon the quality of this photo. We'll just have to trust it's them. Anyway, I thought something quite interesting we should speak about. This was a tweet that was sort of going around. if going 0-3 in the round robin for the WTA Finals earns you 375 points. So you earn 125 points for every loss in the WTA Finals. What do you make of this, JJ?
Just ridiculous, isn't it? Don't understand it. Like, it just doesn't. I don't like it. I think it's elitist. I think it's wrong. It's got the wrong sort of morals for this sport. I'm against it massively. So it works out there.
It's weird.
So basically, if you are to lose all of your match in the round robin, you'd get 375 points, which is, i.e., more than winning a WTA 250 title or reaching a WTA 500 final, and close to reaching a Grand Slam quarterfinal, 430. Ridiculous. I hate it massively. It's giving these players too much of a pedestal to keep pushing up their rankings and inflating them when there's players on the tour working hard to get into tournaments and events. And I just don't like it. It just screams elitism to me, and I'm massively against it. They shouldn't be getting this amount of points. I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah, poor Ons Jabeur. She just missed out. She doesn't even get an extra 375
And she's going to be behind them all now.
Yeah, she's now
Pliskova's
miles
going to end
behind.
up getting 375 points for just turning up.
Well, exactly. And Kontaveit probably saying that wish she could donate some points over to Jabeur, I bet, if she's going to get some for free. But I don't think it works like that. They've got this like little breakdown here. I think this is how it's all going to work for the prize money as well, and the points. So as you can see there, the singles points plus the bonus, 1,500 for the winner, 1,080 for the finalist there, and the prize money $1.68 million for the winner, and 860,000 for the finalist runner-up. Not bad, is it?
Yeah, one thing I don't get at the bottom with the round robin, how would it work if you only play one match and lose one?
Well,
if someone pulls out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how that works. If you only play one, and you've got to play. It must just mean for what does this mean? No, the matches played, wins and losses. So
if you only play one match and you lose it, you get 125 points. But who's only going to be playing one match at the WTA Finals?
I don't think it does, because look, they've got them all listed 3 times. So you're going to be playing 3 times. So if you lose, you get 125. Oh, so if you lose a match, you get 70,000. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. What? So you're benefiting with points and you get a prize for losing. You can get double bageled and be out of there with 125 points. 375 points and $210,000, which it's not bad, is it?
Well, plus she'll be on Instagram afterwards, tweeting it. No, tweeting it on Instagram. She'll be posting a picture on Instagram saying, "Oh, look, here's my money. I'm on holiday now. I've just been double bagel. That was
Down
fun.
the beach.
Getting a massage.
Just having a taco on the beach. Whatever they do over there. Ask John Silk. He'll fill us in on what they're doing over in Mexico. That's for sure.
Yeah, so moving on to the next one.
No, it was this one. No, it wasn't. It was this one. Right, okay.
So this is just some of the odds coming into the WTA Finals. We've got Sabalenka, the favourite, plus 400. Kontaveit, second favourite. I thought that was interesting. Krejcikova, third. Badoza, pretty much neck and neck with Krejcikova. And then Iga. They're going to be the top 5 contenders for the title.
It surprised you?
Take that into consideration. Yeah, massively. I was shocked that Sab is the favourite.
Should have put that one up, really, shouldn't I? That would have looked nicer. Didn't know that was there. I didn't know that was there. Apologies.
Next one.
Okie dokie. And there we go.
So this is just what Sabalenka was saying. I couldn't imagine one day I'll be the top seeded or speeded there. WTA Finals. This is something amazing and unbelievable. I'm really super happy with my level this year. I'm really proud of my team, what they have done for me this year. And it is amazing that she is the number 1 seed. I am happy for her. She's definitely worked very hard. I think she's got a tendency to lose her head sometimes and her call, and mentally struggle as well on the big occasions, particularly the Grand Slams. This is another big occasion. Could she fall down again? Only time will tell. But based off her history, you'd think she probably will. And that's why I'm not as favourable with her going far this year.
It's fair enough. I thought it's quite interesting as well. The oldest person in this tournament, Pliskova at 29. So no one over the age of 30 in the women's tournament, and most of them 25 or under. So I think Muguruza 28.
Good. I think that's a good sign for the women's game.
Yeah, definitely. I think we got Swiatek obviously 20. She's in there. Badoza 23. So some good young players. Let's hope
we got Michael in the live chat saying, didn't Ashley Barty get like 4 million for winning this tournament before the pandemic? Well, if you're going to go back to your chart, let's see how much the winner gets for this one.
Okay. Which one is it? I was pick wisely. Right.
So
it was 1 point. Oh, yeah. So the prize money, maybe you're getting it mixed up because the total prize money.
The total prize money, the pool was 4 million, but the winner will get 1.68. So still not bad. But
it's a lot, really.
It's a lot of money, yeah.
Well, thinking of like to win a Grand Slam, what do they get? Like 2.5?
I don't know.
I think what I've got Raducanu got for winning the US Open.
Yeah.
I think it was just over 2 million. So this isn't far off, is it, for a Grand Slam payout?
Yeah, but I'm thinking potentially you'd still get all of the levels before as well, Ben. So if that's just for the final, then it's
the round robin. Okay,
so it would be about 4 million, yeah. Because look at the one below.
Yeah,
you need to go up a bit. So you got 860, 470. You'd win both of them as well on top. So you're looking at like 1.3 there, and then on top of it's about 4 million.
Is that right? That seems preposterous to me.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That's
we've got David saying that was Chinese money. The Mexican sponsorship is only worth 5 million.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, I think Michael's saying the men's winner in Italy is supposed to get 4 million.
Wow.
So there's a lot of money being branded around at these events.
It's madness.
I think we're doing the wrong jobs.
Well, quite possibly. I'm not
Maybe
sure
I should just enter.
Not sure that. Let's just go. I'm going to go for the 3 losses. Just come out with at least 375 points, which is good.
No wonder they want to get. No wonder they're so desperate to get in. Once you're in there, it doesn't matter what happens. If I'm honest,
you come out.
You made it.
You've had a nice holiday, fully paid for, and you've got some extra points to start the next year.
It is ridiculous that it's just it's probably that's why a lot of players at the end of the day, for them, managing to get into a WTA or ATP finals is really as big as, say, winning a big event in the year, if not bigger, because it can propel your career in other levels. And if you're a very money-driven player, I know a lot of people saying not everyone is, but I can guarantee there are some on the tour, then that is just amazing for them.
It is amazing. Right, I'm going to move back to the groups because we know what we're going to have to discuss next, JG. The matches do kick off. I believe the first match kicks off, is it tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. And it's going to be late. So it's going to be 8 o'clock in the UK. It will be Krejcikova versus Annette Kontaveit to kick us off. So it'll be the other group. So, yeah, we'll be in this group first, kicking off. And then we've got Pliskova Muguruza is the second match. And then we've got Sabalenka Badoza. And where's the next one? We've got...
Well, it'll be Sakari, won't it?
Sakari. Sorry, they've listed the matches in a strange order. So anyway, regardless of who they're playing first, we know the first match is Krejcikova Kontaveit.
If you go back to the next graphic, I'll tell you which one it is, Ben. It's just the last player.
Which one? What on that? On Badoza.
Well, what did you say the other one was? Sabalenka.
Yeah, but they've listed it.
So if it's not that one, it'll be Sakari Swiatek.
All right, let me show you how they've listed it then, because then this will make me look not so silly. Right, so this is how they've listed all of the matches on here. So we've got, as you can see, all of these matches listed as the same time. Look, Sabalenka playing all of them.
How's she going to do that?
I don't know. She's apparently playing all the matches at once. She's some sort of superwoman. But yeah, that's why I'm getting confused with who's playing who.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Prediction time. I'm going to be going for... Go to the first group.
First group. All right, then.
So this group here, I'm going to be going for like I said, Saba goes out of the group. I'm going to have Badoza winning the group and Iga Swiatek coming second.
I'm going to be going something similar, but I'm going to be going Sakari Badoza in this one. But I
Okay.
think we're going to see Sakari win the group, Badoza second.
I knew you would do that. You always go Sakari. So you're going to say Sakari.
It's the most
we're
consistent.
both going for the
most
favourite to be knocked out
Yeah,
and not get out of the group.
yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. So that sets up, well, that's my two going through this one. And in this group, this one's easier for me. In fact, it's going to be Kontaveit winning the group
Same.
and Muguruza coming second.
Same.
Is it?
Yeah, exactly the same I was going with. So I'm not going to chat up. I can't change it. I was
Fair
already
enough.
in my head.
I was surprised because you was giving Pliskova a big, well, you was bigging her up earlier.
I'm just
What
doing
happened?
it. Just doing it for the
You're just trying
bants.
to draw me in, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm trying to. I know there's no drawing you in on Pliskova, so I'm just trying to talk them up and give them their fair share of limelight. But it doesn't mean that I'm being swayed towards picking them, unfortunately.
Okay, so that would be what would your semi-finals be then?
So my semi-finals would be Sakari versus Muguruza and Kontaveit versus Badoza.
Okay. And mine would be what?
And yours would be
Kontaveit versus Iga Swiatek and Badoza versus
Muguruza.
Kontaveit.
No.
Muguruza, yeah, of course. And then from there, I'm going to have... I'll let you do yours first. This is where it gets a bit trickier.
Right, so I've got Kontaveit versus Badoza. I would have Kontaveit beating Badoza, and I have Sakari versus Muguruza. I would have Muguruza probably beating Sakari. So I'd have the final would be these two again, Muguruza versus Kontaveit.
Yeah, whereas my final is going to be Kontaveit, Badoza. I'm going to have Badoza beating Muguruza in that all Spanish clash. So Kontaveit, Badoza for my final.
Nice.
Two informed girls towards the back end of the year. I think they're going to continue their form and they're going to just keep going with it and get all the way to the final. In that final, it's going to be tense. It's going to be tough. Badoza wins the whole thing.
Kontaveit wins the whole thing for me. She's in the form. She continues it. The way she played against Halep in that last tournament, I think she made Halep look average on the court. And if she continues playing like that, I think she can do it to a lot more of these ladies.
And Krejcikova, none of us gave her any chance in hell.
And then she'll go on and win it.
It's a bit crazy. Maybe we did disrespect her a little bit, but I feel like she's just not been that great recently. And
it's just recency bias, a lot of this, unfortunately. But you can only go with the way players have been playing in the recent tournaments. I don't think Krejcikova's looked that great in her recent matches. She lost her last three matches to Badoza, to Kerber, to Bencic, and Kontaveit's just the informed girl. She hasn't dropped a set in 5 matches. 5 matches, and she's won 10 matches straight, winning 2 tournaments in a row. So she's coming in hot form, and she's got Ons Jabeur in her corner as well, cheering her on.
Yeah, fair play. I think we'll wrap it up there. We've got work tomorrow. Got to get up early for that. Shout out to everyone who joined us for this Akron WTA Finals. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and let us know in the comment section who you think is going to win this whole event. We'll try and cover a bit more of the next-gen ATP Finals, which is happening right now. We've had some exciting matches today. We'll go through them later on in the week. But for now, like and subscribe, and see you guys for more action this week.
See you soon, guys.